Good evening. How is everybody doing today? So with the latest release of the second gen Audi TCR, thought this evening I will just go through complete start to finish of the car. Now currently I don't own this, and as this has already got a livery on it, once we get into spec maps and all of that, we're likely to see some of this kind of ghost through our livery, so we'll just have to ignore it. Like, this bonnet is probably a different texture to the actual some of the painted parts, just the way the light catches it, so we'll just bear that in mind as we go through. Excuse me. So to start with, obviously this is our base. Let's just move this over here, work with it here. So this is just our base, absolutely untouched paint file. So when we get here, it's just a case of getting things ordered to start with. So we know that we're going to need this, so I'll move this out. Color change logos, so this is all of our arrows. So on the front, so all of these over the door, one at the front, again on the other door, one at the back. So we're going to want to keep those. Move that out. Pick box colors down here, we're going to want that, so we'll pull that out. Car patterns and base, paintable area, not really interested because we will be changing those to suit. So with these here, I'm just going to create a new layer group. I'm just going to call that mandatory, so that I know that everything in here is going to stay on the car as long as it's on. And now I can just turn everything on and off at one click. Just makes it a bit easier. So also we have this car mandatory, so I'm just going to pull that out of there, drop it into our mandatory folder, get in. So now I can literally turn everything off on one click, and everything we need to keep is there. Turn the wire on, and then we can start seeing body lines and other good bits of information. So like we've got the bonnet, roof, left side, right side, boot lid, rear bumper, rear quarter, spoiler, got diffuser, and these will probably be on the front end in black, but we'll find out as we go along where everything is. Obviously front bumper is up here. So to begin with, new layer group, put it out of here. I'm just going to call this decals. Just like to keep everything nice and neat, nice and tidy. And we will start with our very bottom layer. So everything we do will just sit on top of this, and this is going to be our blue. And then once we've done that, in order to get this looking instantly more like it, we're just going to export as, locate our Iracing folder, paint folder, go down and find our Audi RS3 LMS Gen 2, and I'm just going to save this in here as car underscore and then my Iracing account number .tga, and then we'll be able to export that out and straight away. So as we can see, we have all of this here. So in fact, what I might do just really quick is actually I'm just going to go and buy it super quick. Just because we can then get rid of it. So second. Right, here we go. Here we go. Right, now that's looking a lot better for us, so that is crystal clear. Okay, so that is our base layer done. So for our livery, we have a nice white angle with a line, and then it goes up and joins along the rooftop. So I will just call this side white. So grab our pathing tool. This is one where we can just draw a shape. That'll help us get going. So we'll start in this bottom corner, slightly outside the green line. So anything green on here depicts an edge of a panel. So we will come from here, we'll go up to a point. Now, as this is a 4-door, we come up to here, follow this line to say here, and then we'll just go straight up, nice angle off. Then I always just follow the rear of the car all the way around. It just makes it easier for myself. Probably don't need to, but I just do it. So once we've got our path, we've just done control click on the last dot, and that means that this path is now complete. And there is another way to do it, but instead of having this kind of straight line here, it just makes it pixelated, like really jagged. So I'll right click into edit, fill path. Before we fill, we want to select our color, which is white. So everything is there, and then we just click fill, and that goes up, and then we can just export that, and we can see how that is looking. So not too bad. Obviously this line in here we like to keep straight, so we'll just come in here, Control Z to get it off. We don't need the wireframe on because now we're just doing fine tuning, so we'll drop this down a little bit. This line, it's almost like it's a bit too low. So if we bring this just below there, this dead straight, put a bit more of a steeper angle in. Then again, right click, edit, fill path, run white, fill, export. And we should see this change. So now this is dropping down. This looks a little bit better. I still think this is too steep. So what we'll do, is we'll pull this over, pull this back a touch and up, turn the wireframe off, right click, edit, fill path, fill, export. Okay, that's looking happy with this bit. This bit is very long, so what we can do is we can reduce this. Let's get rid of the white first. Reduce this down, pull this over, just double check that we're still clear of the roof, which we are. Again, right click, fill path. We've already got the white selected. Fill, export. Okay, that is looking better. Okay, so happy with that where it is. And now we're gonna move on to doing the black now that covers the rear of the car. So what we'll do is we will move tool, that stamps that in place. So it's something as well to remember that we can do. So now that we've created that path, if we're moving on through the design and we're not quite happy, something doesn't sit right, you come to your paths, check that you've got the right one. right click it, edit path, and it'll just put in all the points that you did before, and then you can just edit from there. So super handy, so you don't then have to go and recreate the entire path. It's just saved. So I'll call this now side black. I will pre-select our black, and then I'm going to duplicate this layer. I didn't need this. It's been a while since I've done one start to finish. So this one, side black, up into colors, hue chroma, lightness, going to turn that all the way down. Here's our black. So the reason that I have copied this over is so that this angle here mirrors obviously the white angle that we've just put in. And then I'm going to hold shift and use the arrows keys to go backwards. And then export out and see how it's looking. So this distance here is looking good. Let's put one more in. I think I prefer where we had it before, just in here. Okay, so that's the black. Now this is where I need the new layer. Side black final. And then grab our path tool again. So turn our wire on, and this is just as simple as getting our start path at the top, and then making sure that we can run down and match this angle as best we can. So every adjustment we make here will also adjust down here. So that line here is looking pretty good across the entire distance, and we've got this one selected, so we'll come off the bar and we will just run round. Close. So yeah, with the path in, as long as we're not over any green lines, we will just be highlighting what we need. Again, control click to finish the path, right click, edit, fill path. Our black's already selected, fill. And then our old duplicated layer we now no longer need, so we can delete that, and then we're just left with what we have. Hide the wireframe, export that, and then we have the starting of the design. So as we can see, you can use like little clues. So we've got our Michelin man here, he's also here, so I know that this whole panel needs to be black, so I'm going to put that on the side black as well, because it's still part of that. Holy. You can either just manually paint this in, this, or again you can grab the path tool, and as long as we are just outside the green line, then we won't be interfering with any other panel. So when we've got decals like this, the way that we have everything laid out here, our mandatory layer includes this decal, and because it's above all of our decals, then it sits on top of everything that we're doing. So that's why we structured it this way at the very beginning. And there we go, that's the side of the car done. So then we know that the whole rear end is black, so we will then create a new layer. We will go call this just rear end, and then literally this is the rear bumper. As you can see, we've got TCR here, IMSA is on the boot itself, and then this will be the under panel under this little edge here. All of this will be this panel, and then where we've got these cutouts here for the wing will be the actual top of the boot lid. So again, get our pathing tool. So I'm not quite sure on these, so I will come in and around those. We'll find where they live a little bit later. So just check here, as it looks like it's fairly close, which it was, but we should be fine. Now you might ask, why don't I just grab this now while I'm here? Because it's on this side black and we're going to flip that over, that black's already going to be taken care of. But we'll just get the all the basics filled. So another handy tip, if you're going around and you cross, you can literally just click it, drag it where you want it, but make sure that once you finish with this one, if there's a node in front of it, click on that node and it'll carry on. If you don't click back on this node when you go to complete the path, it won't give you the lines around. So if I click over here, then click on there and click there, it just goes over. It doesn't complete the path because it's not quite sure what can't complete off that node. Right, so this rear end, we know that it all needs to be black. So again, right click, select, not select, edit, that's the one, fill path. We've already got our black selected, still fill. Turn the wireframe up, export, just to make sure we've got it all. And there's all the rear end now in black. So you can have a quick look around and see, because we had these little edge pieces in blue, a quick manipulate of the camera to see where those could be. I'm not seeing anything at the back. So for now, we will just carry on. Oops, I'm doing things I don't mean to be doing things. There you go. Right then, where to next? So now we've got the side and the rear, and we're going to duplicate this over. We could do a little bit of tidy up actually. So on the side white, just take these bits out here and nothing on the back. So that is just cleared this off. Lovely. So all of our door handles got one, two fronts, one, two rears, and it's mirrored on the other side. So we know where they are, and they will all be black. So, but though we'll just put those in manually at the end. Right, next layer. Let's go for the roof. Roof layer again. You can either paint this manually or grab the path tool. Doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to path all the way around here. All the way around. Actually, I'm going to get the sun strip in here as well. Just take me a bit of time to lay it out. Edit again, fill path, got the black selected, make sure we've got our roof. Our roof's there, right. So we filled this path, but we'll notice that this hasn't been filled, and that's because it's in the mandatory layer. So I don't want to run this, I just want it black with our team name on. So it's on the car decal layer, and what we're going to do, just have a quick look at what's around. So nothing's around this layer, so literally just erase this. Then that leaves it nice and clean for our logo layer. So now roof is all black, rear is all black, sun strip's all black. Perfect. Right, let's start the bonnet out now. I've got a wireframe back on, new layer, bonnet. So we've already got some nice kind of curved lines here. So I'd like to have a bit of curving in. So we'll turn off this polygonal, and that just means that when we're up here and we move, we get a curve, and we can manipulate this curve how we want. So we'll go somewhere there. So we're following this way, fairly close all the way up. And that is exactly what we want. So a little trick here. Back. So just Control Z if you move something that you don't want to. So turn the polygonal on, and then that means that when I move, we're back to straight lines. So a little trick here on the bonnet. You're just going to come over and come to this side of the center line. So this center line runs all the way along the wireframe. So, and then I'm going to put another layer up here. Move this as close as I can. Move this down. Double check here so you can see we're slightly over, so we're not quite in the right spot. Move that over. Zoom ourselves back out. Again, like I said earlier, make sure we're going to click our node that we want to move off from, and then just move off. Then we're going to join this up. Control click as before. So because this is an angle, all it's done is put this curve in, but as we're outside of the green boundary, that's not a bother. So edit, fill path, make sure we've got our black, make sure we're on our bonnet, complete, or fill. So we've filled half of our bonnet in. Now what we're going to do is going to duplicate this layer, so you can right click on bonnet, duplicate layer, and that will come in as a copy. Or if you're on the bonnet layer, Control Shift D, and just duplicate it straight away. A little bit quicker. And then going to right click. Obviously this bonnet copy is now hidden, or it's on top of this, but as it's the same in every single way, you cannot see it. Layer, transform, flip vertically. Yeah, that's the right way. So now it's flipped over this side. So we're just going to get our move tool, click anywhere, and it will select it. Just make sure that it doesn't move, and then you can pull this down. Okay, so now as this piece comes to this side of the line, we're going to line this piece up with this side of the line. So that's it, and then these are in the exact same place, so that when we export it, boom, both sides, just skim around this carbon and just skim around this carbon. Finish off at exactly the same point, just underneath. Lovely. That is perfect. So this RS3. Yeah, so to break this up so it's not just all blue, kind of throw the black layer on that as well. So bonnet's done, so I'm going to merge that down. I'm going to call this front bumper. And with our pathing tool, just literally draw in between. Super quick. It's a little bit tricky here, just because it's so thin. Again, edit, fill path, black. Let me export. So that I'll just kind of frames this part, and we'll find this as well. That bit may not be right now, but it'll be something that we will come back to, and yeah, we will find that out a little bit later on, because that is not what the end result that we want. And then that's pretty much the base is done. Got the blue, got the decal in the middle, black at the rear. So now we will go and duplicate this layer like we did on the bonnet. We're going to go layer, transform, flip vertically, and bring this down. So now we just want to kind of pick a few places where we can see. If we look on here, so we're just skimming the bottom of this arrow, and here, just skimming it. So if I move this up, that's not skimming it, that's on it, and that's too far away. So here is probably about where we need to be. Export that, and then you can see kind of coming up through, clipping the last letter of the IMSA. Obviously this is flipped, so it's going to be the first. So the first bit of the logo. So it's looking pretty good. Actually, just underneath the door handle. It's about the same, and then on the actual model, it's in on the thing, it's just below the arrow. Sorry, I'm leaning in because I need this to be right. So if we're unsure, we can come back in and move it up one. So there's a bit of red now on there. I think that is looking a bit better. So yeah, we are doing good. Second. Okay, so now we are going to merge these down, and that for why that'll become apparent later. Side black final, we're going to do the same. I'm going to duplicate, go layers, transform, flip vertically. Pick this up. Now we're going to pick some points and make sure that everything is covered. Have a look at how this is fixed underneath. Different, but we've got this bit on the top, and this is on the mask, so this blue is in the exact same place. So just gonna match these up as best as we can. Right there. I'm also looking like here and here, just to try and get them aligned properly. We'll come over, so just clipping through the very front of here, just clipping through the very front, coming up to this, so we can see our levels across, looking pretty solid. So yeah, happy with how it looks left and right. Okay, so we've pretty much got the car. So that is the very foundation of it. So now let's go and try and find this. So what sort of shapes are we looking at? Be like all these, and then these black bits on here are the Audi. So what I might actually try and do, I'll go and then grab this. How do I make? Just try one to start with. Just those, by the looks of it. Thought they could be all part of the Audi logo, so we can just check front bumper or Audi rings, we'll call them. I'll just make these black, and then we'll just roughly cover a few of them. Yeah, so they are. Is in here. That's not on a colour change logo either. Colour them all in. Let's see what we're left with. Maybe that one as well. Oh, and a bit behind the RS3. Do I need that last one? Is the question. Oh. Do need the bit by the RS3 badge though. Gonna be where? Yep. So that's all better. Would have been nice to be able to change this. Have it like a different colour. But rules be rules, I suppose. What we want to do here. Okay. Let's see a bit more. Thinking of this inside edge, you could put the team of the driver colour into. It's probably just going to be so because multiple drivers use it, we have our identifying colour. So in my case it's red, and it's usually on wing mirrors, end caps of the rear wing, and in some other places across the car. So like for this we could essentially like that, bill with the red band in, but it's in the place where I thought it would be. But you can do different pieces of this, like I'd like it on this bottom edge of the diffuser, but again it's whether we can get that on, because we haven't got that part on the wireframe, or not that I know of, that we have the ability to change. But as experimental goes, cover that one on that side, this one on this side, go around the front. Maybe just inside here. So I'm red, got Steve white, Owen green, Gordon blue. So this isn't as in your face as this. So let's just roughly do the front two. So not massively overkill. That'll work. And while I'm here as well, on there, front there. Can I move? Oh, if I move this above mandatory, and I then go do something like that. Oh, I can. Handy. Question is it going to be the same on the other side? Yeah, so now we've got the red wing end tips, got the red, and we've got 2 bits of red here. So not overkill, still just small little pieces of driver identity. Colour here kind of breaks the front up a little bit more, which is pretty handy. I don't know why. Let me just sort that out. I haven't. Be a little bit better for you guys to see. Sorry, I didn't spot that earlier. So half of it just had a load of the Iracing gumph on it, right? So this is the design pretty much, and then we've just got finishing touches to do. So this Audi rings I will drop down on front bumper, which that is front bumper stuff. Bonnet, rear end, side black, side white. There we go. Right, quick opens layers. Not that one. So now we're going to add all of our textures in. So in order, so this texture is going to sit above everything. Let me just go back. So I want to get this texture across every single panel of the car. So I'm going to duplicate this layer, put it underneath everything and just hide it for now, just in case we need another one and I'd have to go in and pull another one in. So the idea now is to isolate each layer and put this texture on. So side white, I only want those, so I'm going to alpha to selection, and that then marks out the path that we made earlier. I'm just going to do a cut and paste, and we'll get this floated selection over here. So I'm going to paste this in. Give me, we'll rewind that. I've done that wrong. Up to the alpha to selection was right. All right, so let me just start that again. I've gone too quick for my own good. So the white is what we wanted to isolate. So alpha to selection, the white. Then we'll click on the texture. That's the vital step I missed last time. And I'm gonna cut and paste. And then I'm gonna bring that above the white. I'm going to change the opacity down. I'm sure it was 30. I can't remember. I'm going to have to go check. So to check, just pull in this one that I made earlier. White. That's the black of 10. Again. Wicked. Pick the best one for this. Can't find it on the layout. Let's open door number 2. The McLaren. That's the one. 30. 30. That's some good memory. Doubted myself, but that is some good memory. Right, so as you can see on this pasted layer now, we've actually got those bits cut out, so that'll be fine. So question is, I might just leave this gloss black. So because this has had some bits cut out of it and we can't always be sure, pull in our fresh one, make another copy just in case, and then all of our side black again, alpha selection, pick our texture, cut and paste like this, and then put this down to 10. Okay, and then we can export. So now all of our black and our white is all textured, and then above the base, turn it on. What's the texture of it on the base? .30 as well. All right. So that's 30, and then that's the whole car textured with the right opacities, so it all looks the same. So nothing looks different to the other cars. The only thing that isn't textured is this front bit. And yeah, I want this to be different to this because it's too much of it will just not work. It'll just look a bit weird. So with all that done, right, we now have to add our black along our white lines to give them a little bit of emphasis. So again, alpha selection, select grow by 5 pixels, create a new layer, and then we shall pick the black, just use our paintbrush here, can make this as big as we like. We're just going to run this up the side and the other side. Make sure that we've got everything. So I've said previously in the last video, if we just take this as is and hide it underneath the white layer, yes, we will get the desired effect of seeing this black line follow this all the way up. But then when we come to do the spec map, we will also get all of this, and it will just look very weird when we actually go into it. So I'm going to alpha to select the white again and literally just cut it out, so that when we go into the spec map, we get this crisp line. Drop it behind, select none, export, and there's our black line that runs up over across both sides. It's handy. And then we want to add our white lines to the bonnet. So I'm going to pick all of our black layer, going to go edit again, select, sorry, grow by 5. This time it is going to be white. Grab our pencil, literally just run right around the edge. I have to select our black, cut that so we've got this nice crisp line, select, none. Put it underneath and export and see what that looks like. Right, so we've got our white lines now. Nice, all the same. Flows into the car here. We can kind of pull this down a little bit as well if you wanted. So a little bit more flowing over the vehicle. So we will go things nice and clean. We're going to go front bumper. We're going to grab our tool. You're just going to guesstimate where this needs to be. Again, with our same technique of going over to the far side so that when we flip it, it'll be the same. Yeah, and then edit, just fill path in black because that's the color that we're going to need. Take that out, export. Right, not a million miles away. Not bad, not bad. So turn this off. So what we're aiming for, again, I just wish I could zoom in a little bit more for you. So we've got this line coming down here. We just want this to join up and then just come down. So I'll pull this over, move that ever so slightly, export to check, a bit more on the top. So this is just like the fine tuning. Probably pull that out a little bit. So this is the bit that takes like the time, but as you can see now, we've kind of follows this round, and then we can check this. We want a new layer, white. Grab this, alpha it, grow by 5. Grab a white. Definitely reduce the size. White, and it's literally just down there. And for now, oops. Of course, put all the layers in and then didn't actually use it. Perfect. Oh. And then we can see like this white line looks like it continues through here, which is exactly what we want. So I will undo this, get rid of this, and again duplicate that layer, but because now instead of going up the car we're going across the car, we'll just flip it horizontally. Get the move tool, not on that side, it's gone the other way. Flip it over. And we'll keep going until we see our color below. And again, move it one more over. Just make sure that we're in the same place every side. We'll double check. Yeah, look. Perfect. And then we'll merge this down to make it what? Don't know where that other layer came from. So I'll just export this out again. Happy with the way this looks across both sides. So then we'll merge this down. Alpha, select, grow, 5, pencil, white, down that side, down that side. Do the middle. Perfect. You know when you just simply just forget to do the simple stuff. New layer, put it behind. Alpha to select, get rid of it so that we're left with just the outline. Export now, and that looks fine. And then we want to grab our black, come down here, cut and paste it, put it above, make this 10, and now it all looks like one. Just extended that down. Right. That is pretty much our base finished. Pretty much just need to I can now, oh, I don't want to merge the white. Put this there. This up there. That down with this. It's all part of this one black layer. Perfect. Right, we need to go and do door handles, which we have painted previous. We figured out where all they are, and these are just going to be black, just like a gloss black. They're not going to be. Going to need the texture on. Be like, yeah, no, piano black, gloss, shiny black. Export that out. We've got our black door handles now. And then if we're unsure of what stuff is, or where stuff is, so I've got this little triangular piece. You can always just run a test. Grab your various different colours. Right, we'll colour that one red. We'll colour that one red. We know where these are because we've seen them earlier. So like, where's this bit? So let's get a green. Fire this one in as a green. Fire this one in as a green. Grab a white. What's that piece? This piece. And you can just export, and then should. So here you go. There's a red and green in here. So that's where they are. And do we see any white anywhere? No, but what I might do is just make these black. We'll just see what they look like. That one black. That's pretty tight in there for this size brush, but I think we got away with it. That one black. Then do this one on this side as well. Delete the test layer. Are those? What's this piece? So you see, I don't know how well you'll be able to see, there's a little bit of blue poking through. If I do that, like a join line. And if I'm going to make it black, it makes the join line really stand out. Got to tidy this up as well up here. I thought maybe these was the I'm gonna have to move these to a different layer as well. Aha, I wonder, you know, we left these earlier. Just looking for that. Nope, no joy. No bueno. Yeah, some of the places, like, just so thin, so small. It's just this that we've just done. Oh, that's door handles. Got a little bit carried away. But I would have liked to have made those insides black, but yeah, but in this part here, there's like a blue line, and I don't really know where to find it, where it could be. Right, let's do a little bit of tidying up. Yeah, like I say, we don't want to go over this. Oh, we don't want to go over a green line with a colour that we don't want the colour on the panel. But we do want to make sure that we're just over the edge of it. Yeah. It's like up here somewhere. Oh, that's the flat bit that goes in. This bit's gonna be like this outside piece. So I don't know where the other inside areas are. But hey, we'll leave it. So that's just tidied up all down here. Still places where I didn't even notice. Alright then, so now that is all the decal layers done. That's part of the driver. Colours done. Add a new layer group. And now we get to start making it really look like our own. So we'll go File, Open. No, not Open as Layers. File, Open. These be here somewhere. These are all our logos. I didn't have had this open before. So, with our logos, I make two different layers. I have on one layer all the car decals, so all the team branding, because that's going to carry over onto every spec map layer. And then some of the drivers have specific wheelbases or their own sort of logos on there, so it just makes it easier. So we'll pull this down. Also, Iracing has a fancy thing of sponsor blocks, so it just gives you a little kind of guide as to where your logos can go. They're not they have to go, but they're definitely they can go here. So for instance, like that. have our sentinel, and then you can just duplicate layer, rotate 180, grab our move tool. You can also press M for that, but I just have been doing it for so long. We'll have a look where this is. Fairly central in here. So when we select this one, you can see we've gone a bit far. Fairly central in there. That one in. That's the main one, right? Oh, that's one thing that I forgot to do. So on this pasted layer, I do not want the kind of sun strip to have this texture on. We have the texture on. The reason that I don't want it is that it almost carries on from the roof. There's no like definitive stop. So the roof just kind of looks like it carries on right the way down onto the windscreen. It's now not a massive one, but it's a definite transition. And while we're here, let's grab this. Grab our move tool. So when we have our layers here, we've pulled them in. We want to rotate these round. You can go Shift R, hold Shift, and it'll rotate it wherever you want. Without Shift, you get the free rotate. But just remember, in GIMP, like if I rotated this here and was like, yeah, I'm happy with that, and then you can see how it's a little bit fuzzy. And then I was like, oh yeah, actually I need a bit more. It goes a little bit more fuzzy. Oh, I want a little bit more. So every time we move it, it gets a little bit worse. So if you're ever doing stuff like this in GIMP, put it in once, move it once, and if it isn't right, reset and move back. And always use like, remember your numbers. So in the top corner here, if you move it, it'll give you an angle. Always remember this number in here, so that when you add the next layer in, then you can get it to the same. But always like start with a fresh. Same with scaling as well. Don't scale and rescale, just scale it once. If it's not right, start again. So our sun strip now, I'm going to try and center this along the center line. Pull this in. Got that in there. So. Because we have the lower one, we'll duplicate the layer, move it down, about the same sort of place. Like we've got this line over here, it's about the same. Because this one's inside the car, just reduce the opacity of it a little bit down to 20, so it's not quite as bright when you're sat inside. Then have a big S. And the sponsor blocks off, just so they can still see. So things to remember when you're going through all of this and we're putting our sponsor logos on. Stuff on the roof should always be readable from the back of the car. So you've got to think from broadcasting, maybe from a drone or a helicopter, and they're looking down and the car's moving forward as it's going across. You will, whatever's written there will appear correct. So that's from above. Only exception is on the rear wing, and that's because a lot of the time the rear wing shown, it's from like a trackside camera coming towards you, so it is flipped the other way so that it reads left to right. So yeah, just a few little things to remember, just to make it look a little bit more like legit, as it were. So this S is really weird. It's not weird, it's just always off center. Just to try and get our gaps here and our gaps here similar. That's not so like super weird. Okay, cool. All right. This Audi Sport has got to go, I'm afraid. Too much up there. Whoa. Don't cut it. Just use the rectangle tool to get rid of it. Oh, I saw another one for the wing somewhere. Just the end plates, must have been. So in here now, come down here, set a new layer for wing, bucket tool, and then just fill what we've just cut out. A bit too big to be fair, but that's okay. We can just get our escape and export. That's got rid of the Audi. Don't know where the underside is though. It's got to be somewhere, surely. Ah, here. No one's seen it. So I just do that same thing again. Highlight it over, cut, get our black fill onto our wing and get that out of there. Wash now the top and the bottom are the same. Come back down here, grab our full. I know this is too big. Yeah, that's the right orientation for it. Pull this in. So the good thing with the scale tool is we can scale and move at the same time, as long as we select from the middle. So it means that our one scale is fine. There we go. Now the question is, how does it track on the underside? Is it okay? Or oh, we will find out. Throw this in. A bit massive. But you want it to fill the space, don't you? So go and have a little look. Center this up as best we can. I mean, that's terrible, isn't it? Like that. Ah, lovely. That's readable from here, so it's going to be more than readable. I really need a new chair. This gets uncomfortable super quick. So as far as team sponsors go, they are all in. I leave all the IMSA TCRs and like all the, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, come on. All like the mandatory sponsors, like this series, and I bet the series has like Michelin tires, so every car has to run Michelin. Like has to run VP Racing fuels, and Motul will have to be used for something like oils or lubricants, so they're all kind of series related. One thing that I can't stand are these yellow things, so that's the whole lot. We don't want that. So, oh, excuse me. So here we have like a color pick tool, and this will pick all colors similar to this with the threshold. I can pull this down a little bit so that we only get what we need. Perfect. I'm going to create a new layer, and we're going to call this number blocks. That one black. There's just the two on these. Yeah. Right, because then when we go doof, we get the black plate, which some people may say, oh, it's the standard to have them yellow, but I've changed every single one to black because why not? I've just talked about, oh, I like to keep the original sponsors and everything looking legit, and then go and change this just makes it not, but hey, that is the way sometimes. Right then, so we've got our team sponsors on. Now time to add the other sponsors that we use. Thick mesh, really good gloves, really like mine. Yeah, a little bit hidden, so what we can do, drop it down a little bit. Normally I'd have this a bit further up this way, but it's fine there. But what I also want to see does it look crisper in black? Yeah, the black better. So going to duplicate, layer, transform, rotate 180, and off we go. Kind of see this starts halfway through and then drops down. This one starts halfway through and comes up. So let's go see. looking too bad. I might even drop this down a few clicks more. 5 clicks that way. 5 clicks that way. It's not quite right up against the. It's a bit further away now. So we can use this body line here, and we can see that these just on the bottom of it. And if we use the same body line, these are just on the bottom of it. Take this one down one, just one more pixel to line that up. So they're about, as far as the eye's going to see when they're passing the car, they're going to look identical. So that is fine. Then we're going to have grid and go. Every single race I run, I use grid and go setups. So we're going to have those on the car. Yeah. Perfect. Duplicate layer, again, transform 180. Oops. Control C. Weird. Did. Then a little bit above. Grid and go on that. Perfectly good. Dionysi. Colors, but we want it white. Come on. That would help if I went the right way, wouldn't it? It's usually a good thing to do. And like, you see all this yellow out here, so you just crop it to content. Just saves having a massive. You for real? What have you done that for? Gosh. It's too big for the thing. Oh, I'll just scale it. Oh. It's going backwards. Alright, let's try again. How that looks. Good work there. It just needs to go up a little bit. Easily readable. I like it. So duplicate, layer, transform, rotate. There we go. Far away. Good. Perfect. Okay, the rear of the car is pretty busy already with all these on, so not much is going to go on the back. Oh, excuse me. A second. Do. Yeah. So I'm just trying to add another little bit, a couple more details in. Red banner. That does mean okay. This needs to go back down here. But in the car decal layer, just need to rear. So all I did there was highlight it. Because now we've got this little red strip. Again, just another little driver detail. Nothing too crazy, but just adds just a little bit of colour to the rear end. Now it gets hidden around here. So we'll see how that looks with the various different colours before we fully commit. So we can see how quickly this has kind of all come together. So front end wise, so this is where we get into driver specifics. So Acertech wheelbase. So for me, this is the logo I will be using. Now, as best we can by eye. Have Acertech, and then to finish it off, so want it to be smaller than this but bigger than these, basically. Yeah. That, I believe, is the Audi TCR done. So, alright, I am going to commit to this because it's just easy to get rid of. And then what we do is we go duplicate layer. All this. Save. Delete that. Delete that. Duplicate it again. Go in. Duplicate it again. All the drivers of the team. That is not how you spell Gordon's name. Steve, all the red. Return. Wait. Oh, you know what? I forgot mine. I just remembered. I need these on here. Export this out. So now I don't know if this is flipped or, so we will, for now, just do this and export it. Yeah, flipped. That is fine. Layer transform 180. And so that would be it all done. No, I lie. I forgot one of the most important things. I can't believe that I forgot it. And it is the Ghost S. So here, put this down. I was looking at it going, I'm sure there's something missing. We get these in. They cover everything. So happy with that there. Duplicate this layer. Rotate it 180, because if we just flip it, then all the S's look super weird. Well, they're the wrong way around, so that's why they look weird. Looks about right. Perfect. And then we'll merge these down. Alpha this to selection. Cut, paste, delete on layer. Pull this above the textured layer. What was this? 20? 15? Then export, and then all of this area has now just got a textured S on. Just gives it something else. You don't really notice like far away. You don't really see it, but when you're side by side with a car, this becomes quite visible, which is quite nice, and just breaks again. Like instead of just having one pattern come all the way across, we've now got the pattern. We've got this ghost, and then obviously the pattern again. Perfect. Happy with this. On to the next. Right, so that is myself done, and we shall get to Steve now. So Steve has Moser wheelbase. absolutely send one of these on the car. This up centrally. That's the best we can. Same, similar size as what we've had previously. And then he also has a transform rotate. Perfect. The front here, and then again. Ooh. Yeah, where I've just pulled that layer from. If I did, well, it's gone now. Excuse me. Right, where were we? Here we are. This, this, and this, and this. Similar to what we've done before. Obviously, white's quite a hard colour to work with without the wireframe on. That is good, good, good. Duplicate, take 180, move, click without moving it. And that is this one done. Perfect. To Owen, that's the green. And Owen has a face. Ugh. Had stuff still selected. That's why that didn't work. So with this, like, this one's a really weird one for me because it's like, do you center up the lettering or do you center up the helmet? So yeah, it's just a weird one. Sometimes I've centered the helmet, sometimes I've done the lettering. So yeah, now I've gone green. Got Stimmy Cube across there, and then to fill in that gap, big. Oh, left the wireframe on. Okay. Owens. Now, because of that. We use Motul on the wing end plates. We have no personal logo per se. Just throw Motul on here. That back this way a little bit. Take speed running over. That's on. Owens. Duplicate this layer now. The blue. Pink. Delete the semicube. Delete semicube. Bring in BRS. Gordon. Stuff selected. Zoom this down. Yeah, VRS is a weird one as well. Just in terms of centralizing. Like, we're only just hitting this line, but over here we're miles over this line. That like almost wants to go here. Logo to be centered actually on the bonnet. Looks similar as opposed to the import this way, but that way does look more in line. And then there is Gordon's. So that's all the team done. Another one. Team colors, which I'm gonna have to open up a probably better off just grabbing. And these. We'll do this one. Steal that briefly. Put these down because these aren't the yellow. Go to black. Add in why did you pick that one? And then that's the team colours if we ever decide to race TCR. So we are slowly getting there. Right, so now into spec maps, and this is where I'm going to have to jump over a little bit while we get all this aligned, because I can never remember, is it normal, addition, multiply? Normal, addition, grey, other grey. I don't remember how I label them. Oh, red base, green base. That probably makes more sense. Red base, laid above. So to be fair, I can just call this one Dan. Go. Right, this is where one there. Dark grey here. So left with this orange, and this is the basis of our spec map. So things that we know that we don't want any interference on, it's going to be all of this. So this is all our mandatory stuff. Just started that, get out of the way. So don't want any sort of additional finishing apart from what the game has told us we're allowed to use. I'm not going to do Dan just yet, so let's go into decals. Right, so our white, I'm going to want, is it off both layers? Figure it out. No, white's just off that one. Our black line is off both. So all I'm doing is alpha to select, and then words, please use them. Alpha to select and then cut. And then just cutting them out of the so side black. So I don't want any of this black to have the same effect as what we have on our light layer. So what we do is we got our light layer, nice big color, and then I literally just pencil color over this. What we might have to do is go and get our mandatory layer again. put this back in. But now we've got our solid line here. Wing. Don't want that to have anything either. As we can see, that's got like a texture underneath it. Front bumper. This bit. No, leave that bit. Again. Don't want anything. Leave that front bumper. It's pasted layer 2. In door handles. Yeah. Don't want anything on those. These are on the wings, so I don't know why they're in there. Okay, so that's all of that bit's done, and then I'm going to select all of our team logos. And again, I don't want to have any additional, I just want them to be gloss, so I don't need anything additional. So that when we go export as car spec underscore, we should get this texture on. So it's like almost like a matte gloss here, a little bit more matte related in the back. But all of our decals will still punch through in like a gloss. All these white, all the black lines are all going to be like a gloss finish. And then what we do, so that's the base of the team. So because everybody's got slightly different logos and stuff, we're just going to duplicate this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the same again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just rename these. So that's 1 for each driver and 1 for the team. It's perfect. Hide, 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 hide. Hide, 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 hide. Right, now that we've done that, I can now grab the sponsors that are specific for me. Delete them out of here, export that, and then just to show you. So because we've got this sync mesh, you can see this kind of ghosting underneath. But as soon as we export this to car, all the ghosting goes, all of these pop, all our, oh, what has happened here with this Michelin logo? Well, that's fun, isn't it? Let's go and fix that, shall we? Ta-da! So, I think because I used because I used the bucket tool, you can see how all the yellow's been selected. So if I just do these manually, then we get our black number blocks back, but all of the yellow stays. So anywhere where there was yellow on the car, it then just went black. Fixed it. I need like a little bit. You're not going to see faded yellow. Right, back to spec maps. These alpha on. Turn that off. Turn Steve's on. Cut Steve's specific sponsors out. What way on? Export to car. So we'll export Steve's to car. Car spec. There we go. Everything looking good. No overspill onto the roof. It's an absolute pain when that happens. TCR sits above. Okay, perfect. Right. Bear with me while I just get an absolute ton of folders sorted. This car called Audi LMS Gen 2. Right, so as we have Steve's in here. Owen, how are we doing? We're pretty much complete now. If you give me 2 seconds, I can show you yours. I'm just sorting out some folder work right now. So, but yeah, this one is ready to be deployed into the wild. So that's that. That's that. Just bear with me while I'm trying to do folder management again. So select none from in here. Owen's layer. Select all of the sponsors. These out. Perfect. Then ours is here. Can export as car. There is Owen's Audi, ready to go. Ready to hit the track. So back to folder work. It's not too bad. They come together quite well. A few little errors along the way, but we've rectified them all. But yeah, she is looking pretty special. Buy more TCRs. The force feedback gets me with the TCRs. It just feels weird. Like obviously something that I could probably get used to, but it probably won't be. I mean, I've bought the car now, so it'll be a shame for it just to sit in the garage doing absolutely nothing. So it might be worth having a little go with, that's for sure. But if it's better than the Civic, then I'll probably enjoy it, because I've only driven the Civic as TCR. So the Civic is the only thing that I can compare it to. Ghosting in the blue. Yeah, that is true. But you just do kind of get sucked into it. Like, I mean, it's nice now. Like, there I have, I mean, we both have an awful lot of content on Iracing. And it pretty much means that any track that comes up, any car that comes up, we can just go racing. So that's good, because it's just like, oh, we want to go and race this week, and you're like, yeah, fine, let's go and do that. Rather than going, oh, mate, can't jump in there with you guys because I haven't got the content. Integrated triple monitor stand is the answer to that question. Yeah, four special events a year. Attempt a few NECs, but the majority of the time we're just here having fun, chasing each other around Nords just for funsies. Oh, you absolute! Oh no! I mean, you just get done. You're like, oh, that's annoying. Why have I done that? Because we had to import. Oh, we had to bring this file back in, don't we? No biggie, no drama. I've just got to go and save everybody's car again. Okay, right. Right. Let's go and put this into everybody's folder again. Yeah. When do your boxes come? Have you got a date for the rest of it? Yeah, like over the weekend, in the week next week. I'm losing my head. Oh, that's good, isn't it? Please. Oh no. Everything's going wrong. Everything's going wrong on my end. Ooh, busy, busy. Standard standard weekend. Out and about. What time are you doing NEC tomorrow? Are you streaming it as well? I'll be able to pop in if you are streaming it. Halfway through? I don't know. I'm going to pub quiz tomorrow night, so I don't know what time we'll be back. I'll definitely have a flick through it if you're streaming it. Nice. Let's see if I can't have a cheeky watch along while waiting for food and stuff, because I'm going to grab some food beforehand and then jumping over and doing a bit of a quiz. Should be fun. Lottie loves it, so that's the main thing. I believe that to be all done now. So I've been a little bit distracted at the end there. So here she is. Oh, glory. Oh, you know what? We've got to do something first. Bear with. There. It is. Yeah, Steve will be flying. He was flying the other night when I jumped onto the NEC server, or NLS, whatever they're calling it. It was like, what, 4 seconds quicker? Just chilling. It's a good weekend for racing. You've also got 12 hours of Magello as well. 12 hours Magello. I think it's 12 hours. Could be 10 hours. Yeah, as you say, Sebring, NLS. It's just too much to watch. The majority of it is all streamed on YouTube. TCR is ready to go out into the wild. It should be fun. So it's about 2 hours. Is that? How long are we going for? Yeah, 2 hours 10 minutes. So a couple of hours, start to finish, complete and done. Find this. This is just absolutely not necessary, but I love it. Oh, where are they now? incoming. Up the color code. Go in here. Blue. That. I don't know what these are. Definitely not blushed or chrome. Yeah, it got to be semi-gloss. Save car. Oh, nice one, mate. So thanks for dropping in. I'll try and drop in and catch some of your NEC race tomorrow. But should be able to watch NLS in the morning. That'll be quite fun before we head out. But yeah, nice one. And that'll end us up nicely. Car's all done. Every driver's got their own stuff. And, yeah, should be fun to get this out on track. All the cars done, numbers done, colours of the car are done, wheels are done. Not much else to do. So on that, I shall thank you all, and I'll be back doing more livery updates as and when I can. We've got a lot of cars to get through. I think we've still got over 50 cars to do, so should fly through it. Just this one, a start to finish rundown. I thought, yeah, that'd be worth doing. So thank you very much, and I will see you next time. Thank you.